Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today, we're going to talk about piano chords for beginners. And we're going to talk about 4 chords, just 4 chords, that are used in literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs. Play just 4 chords to learn hundreds of tunes. Pretty cool, hey? And if in case you're wondering what those 4 chords are, I'm playing them right now. I mean hundreds and hundreds of songs. So let's dig a bit deeper and see what's going on here. So, we can think of these 4 chords as in 4 numbers. And literally, we're talking millions of listens and streams and downloads and record sales just off these 4 chords. And they're not copyright protected, no one owns them, and they just get used over and over and over again. So, if we think of the 7 chords in the scale, and we're just playing C major here for reference, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 at the top. The 4 magic numbers are 1, 5, 6, 4. That's it. If you've learnt something today, this is the thing. 1, 5, 6, 4. How many times have we heard this? I'm sure it sounds familiar to you. Can you think of any songs right now that use this progression? It could be, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Can you feel the love tonight? Never thought I'd find someone like you. I could go on all day. So let's dig a bit deeper and look into the theory behind this, because once you know the theory behind of what's going on here, well, you're unstoppable because there's just so much you can do with this. Now, what I've got here on the left-hand side here, we have a crib sheet, a cheat sheet, so to speak. And if you would like a copy of this cheat sheet, if you're really serious about your dedication to piano and music, please send us an email. Just visit our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, and we'll send you a copy of this crib sheet. Just on the email subject heading, write 7 chords cheat sheet, something like that, so we know what you're talking about, and we can send this to you. But this is a really valuable tool that you can use to figure out what the 1, 5, 6, 4 progression is in every single key in the circle of fifths. So what we have happening here, on this very first line, we've got all of the 7 chords of the C major scale. And then on the second line, it's the 7 chords of the G major scale, D major scale, A major scale, and so on, going around the entire circle of fifths. And there are some really important patterns that are taking place in our scale system in regards to our chords. Basically, there's science behind this. And it's really useful to know this musical science. Now, chords 1, 4, and 5 in the scale sequence of chords are major chords. They're always major chords, unless we're modifying them. But if we're sticking to the scale, diatonically, sticking to the notes of the scale, then 1, 4, and 5 is always major. And then you have 2, 3, and 6. They're always minor. And the 7th is always diminished. So let's demonstrate that in the C major sequence. 1, 4, 5 is major, and 2, 3, 6 is minor, and 7 is diminished. So the 4 chords we're going to be studying today is 1, 5, 6, and 4 in the sequence of 1, 5, 6, 4. So let's listen to that again in C major. 1, 5, 6, 4, which is C major, G major, A minor, F major. So we can try this in all of the other keys just by using the same pattern. So in the key of G major, we've got the 1, we've got the 5, we've got the 6, we've got the 4, right? It's the same thing, just in the key of G major. So we've got G major, chord 1, 5, 6, 4, G major, D major, E minor, C major. Okay, let's skip down to the very, very last line, just for the sake of variation here and doing this as in many keys as possible. But the last line here, we've got the key of F major. So chords 1, 5, I'm just repeating the same process again, 6 and 4. So let's play that. And again, it's the same pattern. It sounds exactly the same. It sounds like those same songs I was talking about and many, 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 many more, but it's just now in the key of F major. Chords 1, chords 5, chord 6, chord 4, which is F major, C major, D minor, B flat major. And if you can think of any songs that you know that are using these progressions, just put it down in the chat below, put it down in the comments section, because it's good to just, for us all to put our brains together. So many songs use these progressions. Even many songs escape me. And I've actually written down a very large list of songs that use this progression, which again, if you visit our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, we'll send that to you as part of the 1564 set we've got. So you can just have a list of songs that you can immediately start playing. No need to buy the sheet music. I mean, I just don't know why people buy sheet music to songs with 1, 5, 6, 4 in them, because it just happens over and over again. It's just a formula. And there's no need to just treat it like it's something completely different. Pop music is not necessarily always about originality. It's extremely formulaic. So now we're going to go next level with this, and I'm going to show you a really interesting variation of 1564 that is also used in a whole bunch of songs. And all it is a simple inversion of 1564. It's 1564 just in another order. I like to think of this as the melancholic brother or sister of 1564. And all it is 6, 4, 1, 5. Do that up an octave. 6, 4, 1, 5. And because it's starting on 6, it has the feeling of the relative minor. All the relative minor really is a piece of music that starts on chord 6. Major and minor are so integrated with each other. They're not necessarily the polar opposites that a lot of music theory books make it out to be. They're actually all derived from the same scale. And it's really just like looking at a photo of a mountain and you're just standing on the east end rather than the north end. And that's all this inversion of the progression is. 6, 4, 1, 5. It has a very similar sound to the 1, 4, 6, 5 because it's using the same chords. It's just by starting on the 6, we get a more melancholic version of it. So certain pop songs that want to go for that more melancholic effect, like "Wanna Take All of Me," songs like that, we'll take that approach by starting on the 6. But it's really still the same thing, isn't it? So that's a nice little extended trick. And of course, some of those patterns of the 6-4-1-5 sound particularly beautiful if you practice this in the keys on the flats, like A flat major, E flat major, D flat major. So again, if you're really serious about digging deeper, do drop us an email and get this little pack we've got of the 7 chords cheat sheet, because it will really, come in handy and help develop your playing. So now let's finish off with some more applied piano techniques regarding this. And so if you think of, it's not just used a lot in pop music, this progression, it's also used a lot in contemporary minimalistic classical music, popular classical music, so to speak. If you think of composers like Alnaldi, a very good example, he uses this progression all the time. So if you want to compose a piece that sort of sounds Alnaldi-like, all you really need to do is use this progression. And there's a certain piano-like, pianistic way we can play this progression, because a lot of pop songs are more potentially guitar-oriented. So this is a more piano-like way of presenting these chords. And it starts with the left hand, because the thing is, if we play chords in the left hand like this, it sounds very muddy. It's not really how we want to play these chords on the piano. We want to either play them in the right hand with an octave in the bass, or using inversions in the right hand, but to get that powerful sound. Or if we want a more finesse-like classical type approach, we need to create more of a motion in the left hand rather than just playing the full chords. So a really good formula is to play an octave plus a fifth. So I'm not playing all of the notes of the chord, I'm not doing this, I'm just playing the octave plus the fifth, and I get a more open sound. But then what I want to do is, using the pedal, is create this nice motion. And I just get that nice rippling effect of rhythm. And I apply the 1-5-6-4 to that pattern. There you go. This is Alnaldi's party trick. And not just Alnaldi, a whole wide range of artists, which, by the way, I have nothing but respect for, because they're really using these formulas to create music that people enjoy listening to. But my advice to you is, don't be a slave to the musical score. Understand the formulas, because once you understand the formulas, you can play music more on your own terms. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to improvise a melody in the key of C major over this moving left hand. Because any of the notes in the C major scale are compatible with this floating left hand. I'll say that again. Any of the C major notes are compatible with this pattern in the left hand, which gives me a huge amount of musical freedom, really. It's just application of me practicing it. And I tell you what, I'd much prefer do this than slave myself to a musical score of a piece of music that's 1-5-6-4 and learn the exact notes that the composer put down. I might as well just mess with it myself and play it on my own terms. This is the approach to piano and learning that you'd like to explore more of, click the bell and subscribe to our channel, because we're always putting new content out and you don't want to miss out. Okay, let's change key. A flat major. How well do we know our scales? Though this is the most fun way to practice your scales. Okay, what about D major? F major. And again, all of this is 1-5-6-4. So you can visit the London Contemporary School of Piano website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, if you'd like the cheat sheet of the 1-5-6-4 chords. And I look forward to seeing you soon on our next video. Happy practicing.